I'm Justin Thames, Director of Governmental Affairs for the Florida Institute of CPAs, and this is Impact Report, your weekly update on all things impacting the CPA profession here in Tallahassee. We are in the home stretch of the 2019 legislative session, and it is about as busy as it can be here. There are a lot of things moving through the process. There are a lot of things that have died and won't see the light of day. What I'd like to do is give you kind of a quick update on where we are this Friday. We've got about 6 days left. Yesterday evening, legislative session, the House of Representatives went late into the night, 11:30, finally passed the annual tax package, and now we'll go to the Senate for final approval. The package still includes the business rent tax reduction, also includes a lot of sales tax holidays, the hurricane preparedness, also back to school, typical things that we see every year. Another bill that the House took up right after that, before they left at about 11:30, was the annual piggyback bill. If you remember from last week, we mentioned how the House had passed piggyback with the decoupling from the GILTI provisions from the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. So now that bill is headed over to the Senate as well. The Senate really has a lot of legislation right now. The House has been working actively to send bills over for their counterparts to take up their versions of bills. We've seen the deregulation bill continues to be held over in the Senate. It has not been put on special order for the full Senate to take a vote on, so there's still some time left for us to see that bill pass. We've seen financial literacy kind of change and morph through the process. It looked all but dead up until about a week ago, and then finally this past week, Senator Hudson has put that financial literacy bill in another bill as an amendment. But unfortunately, it won't be a mandate for graduation for high schoolers. What they've done is made it an elective and required that schools offer it as an elective. So sometimes in the process, you have to take what you can get through negotiations, and I think that's probably the best work product that they're going to be able to see from the financial literacy standpoint, which, considering that issue has been around for probably about 6 years now, may not be the worst thing that gives us a starting place to work towards in the future. So that's a little bit of positive news. We continue to see the blockchain bill move through the process. If you remember, we've brought this up that we've been working to have a CPA put on a task force that the members of the cabinet, elected officers would be able to pull together a task force to see how to implement blockchain within the state and local government. We're still working through that. Senator Gruters has been a champion for the CPA profession on that issue, and pretty much all of the other issues we've worked on this year. So we'll keep you posted on that next week. Finally, you want to make sure I mention about the sales tax on services. That bill never was heard in committee, and we haven't seen any type of amendment been offered on any other bill. The main vehicle that would have happened with that would most likely have been the tax package. So it looks like that issue could be dead for the session, but we always want to keep an eye on it in the last couple of days. So there's a lot of issues still out on the table, big picture. There's still issues about hurricane relief, gambling, health care, and education are still on the table for both the House and the Senate to come to agreements to, especially with the budget negotiations going on. They'll be in conference all over the weekend. They really need to wrap things up by Monday or Tuesday so that they have enough time to pass a budget by Friday. That's a quick update for this week. Like I said, last 6 days, we'll keep you posted as best we can. Also, I wanted to add one last thing. Every week we send these videos out and we hear from some of you, so I want to take a minute and recognize some of our members who have reached out to us and given us feedback on our videos. This week I wanted to say a quick shout out to Chris McDermott from Berman Hopkins. Thanks for reaching out and letting us know how we're doing. Thanks to all of our members for your support. We appreciate everything you do for the profession and to help us do our jobs. And we'll look forward to hearing from you next week.